In 1923, 8 of the most powerful businessmen in the world met at a luxury hotel in Chicago. Together, they controlled more money than the entire US government. They were considered financial geniuses. But within the next 25 years, most of them lost everything. Some died bankrupt, some went to prison, and one even ended his life. How can people who once controlled billions lose everything? The answer is simple. Money isn't about intelligence. Money is about behavior. And once you understand the psychology behind money, you begin to see why some people quietly build wealth, while others lose fortunes overnight. But the truth behind wealth might be very different from what you've always believed. Most people believe financial success is a math problem. Earn more, save more, invest more, and eventually, you become wealthy. Simple, right? But if money were only about math, then every financial expert would be rich. And every person with a high salary would be financially secure. But that's not what we see in the real world. Many people earning six-figure incomes still feel trapped financially. They live paycheck to paycheck. They feel constant pressure. They worry about bills, debt, and the future. Meanwhile, some ordinary people with modest incomes slowly build incredible wealth over decades. Why does this happen? Because money decisions are rarely logical. They are emotional. Think about the last time you bought something expensive. Maybe it was a phone, a car, a watch, a vacation. Did you buy it because you truly needed it? Or because it felt good in that moment? Humans are emotional creatures. Fear, ego, comparison, status. These emotions quietly influence almost every financial decision we make. When markets crash, fear makes people sell. When markets rise, greed makes people take risks. And when we see others living luxurious lifestyles, comparison pushes us to spend more just to keep up. But here's the dangerous part. Many people increase their lifestyle every time their income increases. This is called lifestyle inflation. You earn more money, so you upgrade your house, then your car, then your vacations, then your daily habits. Soon, your expenses rise as quickly as your income. And suddenly, even a high salary doesn't feel like enough. This is why many successful professionals still feel financially trapped. They earn more than ever, but freedom never arrives. Because they are chasing a lifestyle instead of building wealth. And this is exactly where the psychology of money begins. Before we continue uncovering these powerful ideas, take a quick moment to support this channel. If you enjoy learning about success mindset, wealth psychology, and powerful life lessons, make sure to like this video. Subscribe to Mind of Titans. And share this video with someone who wants to build a smarter relationship with money. Because sometimes one powerful idea can completely change the direction of your life. Now let's explore the lessons that quietly shape the financial lives of millions of people. Lesson 1. Getting rich versus staying rich. Getting rich and staying rich require completely different skills. Getting rich often requires boldness, risk, ambition. You take chances. You pursue opportunities. You build businesses. But staying rich requires something much harder. It requires humility, discipline, and the ability to avoid catastrophic mistakes. Many people know how to make money. Few know how to keep it. History is filled with stories of athletes, celebrities, and entrepreneurs who made millions, only to lose everything later. The reason is simple. Building wealth requires taking risks. But preserving wealth requires avoiding risks that could destroy everything. The key to staying wealthy is survival. If you can avoid financial disasters long enough, compounding will eventually do the rest. Lesson 2. Luck and risk. One of the hardest truths to accept is that luck plays a powerful role in success. Two people can make the same decision. One becomes extremely successful, the other fails. Why? Timing, circumstances, opportunities. Sometimes success depends on factors outside our control. This doesn't mean skill doesn't matter. It does. But recognizing the role of luck keeps us humble when we succeed and compassionate when others struggle. Understanding luck also reminds us not to blindly copy other people's financial strategies. What worked for them may have worked because of timing, not just skill. Lesson 3. The power of compounding. Albert Einstein reportedly called compounding the eighth wonder of the world. And once you understand it, you begin to see why. Compounding is simple. You invest money. That money earns returns. Then those returns start generating their own returns. At first, the growth seems slow, almost invisible, but over time, the curve begins to rise. Then rise faster, then faster. Eventually, compounding becomes explosive. The most powerful ingredient in compounding isn't intelligence. It's time. Someone who invests small amounts consistently over decades can end up with far more wealth than someone who tries to get rich quickly. Patience is the true engine of wealth. Lesson 4. Wealth is what you don't see. When people imagine wealth, they picture visible luxury. Sports cars, mansions, designer clothes. But those things are not wealth. They are spending. Real wealth is invisible. It's the money you haven't spent. The investments quietly growing. The savings that provide security. Many truly wealthy people live modest lives. Because they understand something important. The goal is not to look rich. The goal is to be rich. And those two things are very different. Lesson 5. The danger of comparison. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to destroy financial happiness. Today, social media constantly exposes us to images of luxury lifestyles. We see people traveling the world, driving expensive cars, living in beautiful homes, and it becomes easy to feel like we are falling behind. But what we often forget is this: many of those lifestyles are built on debt, loans, credit, financial pressure. Some people who appear wealthy are actually financially fragile. When we compare ourselves to others, we often end up spending money we don't truly have, just to maintain an image. But wealth is not a competition. It's a personal journey. Lesson 6. Patience is a financial superpower. In a world obsessed with quick success, patience feels boring. People want fast results, fast profits, fast wealth. But true wealth is usually built slowly. Patient investors who stay consistent over decades often outperform those chasing quick opportunities. The secret is simple: consistency and time. Lesson 7. Freedom is the true goal of money. Most people believe money exists to buy things. But the greatest value of money isn't luxury. It's freedom. Money allows you to control your time. It allows you to choose where you live, what work you do, and how you spend your life. Freedom is the ultimate financial luxury. Lesson 8. Knowing when enough is enough. Some people spend their entire lives chasing more money, more status, more success. But endless ambition can be dangerous. There is always someone richer, someone more successful. If you never decide what enough means, the chase never ends. True wealth includes the ability to say, I have enough. And once you reach that point, protecting what you have becomes far more important than chasing more. Lesson 9. Long-term thinking. Financial markets constantly move up and down. Prices rise, prices fall. Many investors panic during downturns. They sell investments because they fear losing money. But history shows something remarkable. Over long periods of time, markets tend to grow. Investors who stay patient often achieve the greatest rewards. Long-term thinking removes emotional reactions. And emotional discipline is what separates successful investors from everyone else. Lesson 10. Controlling emotions. Perhaps the most important financial skill is emotional control. When markets rise, greed appears. When markets fall, fear takes over. But those who remain calm during both situations gain a powerful advantage. Successful investors do not react emotionally to short-term events. They stay focused on long-term goals. And that discipline allows them to benefit from the powerful forces of time and compounding. Now let's look at the real-life stories. One of the most powerful stories in the book is the story of Ronald Read. Ronald was not a billionaire. He wasn't a CEO. He didn't start a massive company. He worked as a janitor and gas station attendant. His income was modest. He lived in a small town. And most people believed he was an ordinary man. But Ronald had a simple habit. He saved consistently and invested patiently, year after year, decade after decade. He didn't chase trends. He didn't try to get rich quickly. He simply allowed time and compounding to do the work. When Ronald passed away in 2014, people were shocked to discover that he had quietly accumulated more than $8 million. An ordinary man had built extraordinary wealth through patience and discipline. Now compare that with lottery winners. Many people who win millions lose everything within a few years. Why? Because money alone does not create financial wisdom. Without discipline, even millions can disappear quickly. These stories reveal an important truth. Wealth is not determined by income. It is determined by behavior. The most powerful lesson from the psychology of money is simple. Financial success is not about intelligence. It's about behavior. You don't need to predict markets. You don't need complicated investment strategies. You need a few powerful habits. Spend less than you earn. Save consistently. Invest patiently, avoid comparison, think long-term, and control your emotions, because wealth rarely appears overnight. But over time, discipline creates extraordinary results. Money is not just numbers. Money is psychology, and those who master their behavior gain something far more valuable than wealth. They gain freedom, the freedom to choose how they live, how they work, and how they spend their time. And in the end, that freedom is the true meaning of wealth.